Pull my heart out of my chest, train my mind so I forget. Sink your teeth into my bones, dig me out, then fill the hole. Tear me apart and watch it burn. Tear me apart and watch it burn. All that's left is a window to my soul. Come and get it.
Good afternoon and welcome everybody to the Free Fire tournament here. This is the Southeast Asia and India Invitationals, where you will see some of the best teams fight it all out to contend for that slot to head towards the Free Fire World Cup. My name is Contract here, bringing you all these games throughout this whole afternoon as well as the evening. But of course, we have so many exciting things that will happen today, where we'll see all these teams from Southeast Asia for today to battle it out for the top 6 spots. And when they actually head towards the next round, we'll select the top 3 teams to head towards the semifinal stages. Now, of course, some of the teams are still trying to prepare. We will have Malaysia, Singapore, as well as the Philippines to battle it all out. Now, I know my hair is kind of messy right now, but it does not matter. All we want to see is some incredible booyahs. Now, if you guys are wondering how the point system will go, we will have 20 points per kill, as well as the one that comes out with the booyah on first place to come up with 300 points, and the rest will follow after that. Now, I believe that the players are still getting ready before we hit into the lobby. Of course, this will be 2 rounds of Bermuda, as well as 1 round of Purgatory in the group stages. We will have Group C as well as Group D battle out for today, and for tomorrow, we'll have the teams from India to join into the fray, and I want to see how both of these teams actually fare in terms of the meta, how they actually play. A lot of teams usually play a lot more safely from the side of Southeast Asia. I do think that India has a higher tempo where they like to go in for all those early kills, and I just really love Free Fire because of the flexibility that it offers when you can actually go in with different sort of loadouts and how you can equip yourself with different skill sets from every character that you prefer. Now, teams are slowly getting in, and we do have to hit into the lobby in about a couple more seconds. So are you guys ready, as we'll bring you the first game of today for the Free Fire Southeast Asia and India Invitationals? Let's go. Now we can see the flight coming in from the side of Mars Electric, ending towards Riverside. This is kind of like a really balanced flight where they can actually head towards the side of Katowice or even Keratin, as well as Cape Town. I'm not sure if any team will actually opt for Sentosa here. As we can see, NGK will immediately drop towards the side of the Southeast Sentosa. That will be giving them a little bit more loot to work with. As you can see, Team A Septibal will head towards the Renum side as well as the Clock Tower. Speaking of that, that's going to be Elite 7 floating over onto the west side. Meanwhile, most of the teams are actually headed towards the northern area as well as the central zone of Peak Town. They're right there, as well as Kotatua. We will have Hafiz as well as the other teams right inside of it. Here comes OMR Topo, already on the side of the peak, as he's got himself a couple of melee weapons, holding on to that parang. It's got some really cool cosmetics with him, and he actually scares his own teammates off. And here comes RPGX Smoke. He's just trying to hold on to the same angles, as he knows that there's somebody right there. He's got that M4 on his hands, but he hasn't really got himself a helmet to work with, so he's got to be a little bit more careful right now. Look at how things are going so far. It seems like Damn Rose has himself a little bit of that famous still running around. They know that Team RPG is just around the corner. They don't really want to take a couple of risks here, as OMR Topo just trying to scout out from the side of the walls. He's got to be moving relatively slowly, as the rest of the team is still relatively nearby. And seems like this is going to be quite tough for them because on the left side there is another team, which is Team OMR. And now we might just see the first blood coming in as Velo gets himself the kill. And Team MTX comes up with the 20 points. And I'll make that 40 because Velo's actually come in with 2 kills in hand. Let's see how the other teams are doing. As over on the northern side, we see at least 4 teams to 5 over on the side of Shipyard as well as Riverside. They will have to rotate, but we haven't seen the circle appear yet. As we'll try to find out where will this actually end up for the side of Carrington. It seems like there's a couple of inhabitants right now. As RPG Smoke still looks for a couple of equipments. Still really early into the game. Hoping to find himself a really good sniper rifle or so. But here comes BBY. Just getting clipped all the way from afar. Gotta get themselves a little bit of cover here as HNT looking to snipe people off on that SKS. Spots one member off on the other end, but couldn't really get the right angles to actually take them down. We still have 46 people alive in this map, as we have all full turning teams left intact on the table. BBY Korean name, I can't really read Korean, so I gotta apologize for that. But for now, it seems like they are just playing relatively safely. This is what we do expect coming into the first few phases here, as NGK has the whole Sentosa Island to work with. They haven't seen the appearance of the circle as of yet, and the safe zone will appear in about 10 seconds from now. As Doc Xenon, he's got that really cool Christmas loadout for himself. Really, really chubby polar bear coming in. He's got a couple of items right there. He's got that Scar L, as well as a SMG to work alongside with it. But they are kind of scattered. He's got to be really careful though, because there is somebody just by the side of the beach, as that Arfi is going to look for a little bit of a movement outside the window. Looking at the circle, it will hit towards the central zone, so most of these teams will have to make their way in, as the UAV has already been deployed. We can see that this will cover out the side of Bin Masakti Street Clock Tower, as well as the Rindam Village. Speaking of the Rindam Village, we can see Asap Tabal's team AER is still by the corners. They shouldn't worry way too much, but they gotta worry about the UAV zone though, because if they go in, they will get revealed. We haven't seen much of a battle other than the first couple of hits in the early game, but we gotta see how things are gonna go so far. Got themselves some armor, and that Afi's getting clipped from the back. And now that's gonna be Pika. Just taking a peek right there, but didn't take down that Afi as of yet. Comes a little bit of flank here, and they will try to take down La Savannah. As Doc will be able to bring him down low. He's still calling out, as Anasama will have to fight this one out. Malo jumps out from the window, and now it's gonna be the side of Doc just falling low, as Dizinun still managed to salvage themselves in this situation. They managed to eliminate one whole team, and coming out with that 4 kills in hand. That was a really good run for the side of Tuk. As we can see, over on the side of RPGX, they are going for a little bit of flank on towards the eastern side. You can see a couple, he's using the ice wall as a blockage for the time being. He's gonna go in for a little bit of a run, but Smoke will go in head to head, goes in with a sniper. My apologies, it's a shotgun shells right to the face, and that's that goes in for another scuffle here. But there's just 2 members from the side of OMR to bring him down low. Only 1 member left. What can he do right now? Temple managed to finish them off, and this is gonna be the top 10 teams left alive. RPGX still managed to salvage the situation, as they will still have 3 members to play this one out. Wow, that was just quite a crazy scuffle coming into the first 10 minutes of the game, as we see more coming from the side of MMG, and they're going in head to head, taking out members from the side of MT, but MT won't give up without a fight. Here comes Johanna, and he will fall down low. That's gonna be Zarev coming in to just showing him what he's got. Zarev Still holding on to this angle. You can see T-Rex is running towards the bottom side. MMG members are bleeding down really, really low. Finding one out. Oh my goodness. He's missing a lot of shots, but it's going to be Zverev only having 1 slither of health left. 5 HP. And he will be sniped off from the side of BBY. Oh my goodness. It could have been a really good run, but BBY, they just come in and stole the show. Oh, that feels really bad. And looking at the side of Sentosa, we can see that the safe zone is closing in, with all these members from NGK just struggling to actually get inside of the safe zone. And of course, he does have 200 HP to work with, and he has to sprint ASAP all across the bridge. But there's a zip line for them to work with, so they should be A-okay for now. He's got that MP40 equipped on the side of Akif, and they are still trying to beat the circle for the time being. Now Sparks just gets himself a little bit low, but he should have enough meds to actually get himself back on track. Cloud also has the Kar98K loadout. What I do like about the Kar98 is it does come with the scope attached, so there's not much to worry about. As we can see that BBY is outside of the circle as well. Not too sure why they like to take too much time here, but they're still going in for a couple of loots. Of course, BBY Korean does have 3 kills in hand. Meanwhile, for the side of Putri, Putri's still trying to go in and get a little bit of items from those bodies that has dropped earlier on. Now, safe zone will continue to shrink, as we will see teams try to battle their way towards the central side. Here comes team number 11. As you can see that So What alongside with Dan Rose, they won a battle early on when they were fighting other teams. Team RPGX definitely having a really good start here. Of course, they did lose 1 member, but it shouldn't end their hopes way too much, as RPGX still can work with all 3 members here. Now, this has Clock Tower right smack in the middle, and nobody is actually over on the side of Factory and Clock Tower. We will see more battles over on the eastern side as well as the northwest. As you can see, certain teams are still outside of the circle, as Kazuya all by himself, maybe trying to look for that sort of a vehicle for him to rotate about, as this will close in towards the side of Bhima Sakti as well as the Clock Towers. As I mentioned, Kazuya is still trying to run in. I'm not too sure what exactly is he looking for. Well, I guess like he's just trying to get some of these favorite gears before they go in for those late game stuff. But he's gonna be really careful, because the more he lingers around, there's gonna be teams that will come prepared, and he's gonna make sure that he meets up, as Team LT here still has 3 members left intact. They lost one earlier into the game, and of course, this is going to be kind of difficult. M7279 over on the hands of MB Shizuka. He's going to be the main man to actually go in with the frags, but he's going to spot out Team LT here, just by the corners. He's just going to play by the fence, as now he just prones in a little bit. The safe zone will come in about 30 seconds from now. Another UAZ zone, but it's not going to reveal anything at all. Team NGK still has a pretty superior position where they won't be challenged by anyone, but it doesn't give them any sort of an advantage when you're looking for kills, when you're looking for all the points to put your team forward. It's not going to be really that great. And here comes the alarm, and the safe zone will shrink in 5 seconds. He spots out some members right up front, but there's way too many for her to deal with, as Team Kami is making a run. MB should not go in for the Fang, but they've given enough information for the side of Team MB to actually go in with a couple of kills. Now let's see what they have in store, as the side of Elite 7 has already made their way in towards the western side. Over the northern area, we might just see some fights happening down over on the side. We're going to see how they're going to play this zone out. This Group C game seems a little bit more tactical than the games that we see currently. But here comes X-Yuns, just putting up the walls, giving himself a little bit more cover, but he's only got a little bit to work with now. Really good positioning, as you can see that he is just trying to play this one really safely. Putri just by the crease, and now he spots out Mr. Ba'an, brings him down a little bit, but does not clip enough bullets over on his side. Just trying to use all these walls as coverage as Mumia gets tapped down there. He does have the Groza though to actually fight with Mr. Zeri, but Mr. Zeri alongside with the rest of LT are looking to actually bail out on this situation because we have found himself a car. But of course, he's got to make the way in, way deeper inside the circle. As you can see, everyone is just trying to struggle their way to hustle after going through so many of all these teams. As you can see, Mr. Sunday, although it's a Saturday, it could be his day, and now he's going in, tapping down XU, but he blows him up with an M79. The wrong fight to take coming in from Sunday. Here comes BBY. He's outside the circle, and he's going in for a flank, takes down Zeri, and now looking for XU as well. XU being brought down to 50 health right now, but he manages to take out Sunday once more. He will be bled out, and that's a double kill from the side of XUns. Such a dangerous situation. It's only gonna be BBY alongside with Mumia to work this one out. XUns playing by the walls, and now that will be BBY members brought down low. That FAMAS didn't really work out all that well, and she will slowly be tapped out by the circle as well. Here comes Mumia, the only one left alive. She's gonna make a run for his life, and Mumia knows that she's the last hope for her team. BBY members here being left out in the open, and there's just no way that they could actually secure him to actually lift him on his feet once more. It's way too dangerous as Mumia looking to secure more points by positioning. But here comes NGK once again. He's got a lot of EP. He's gonna wait for a little bit more before they get into the circle. But here comes Cloud, just hurting himself a little bit, jumping out the window. As you can see that the airdrop is somewhere towards the mid side here. Slav drops over on the southern area. As you can see, Shizuka just driving through. She's gonna be really careful because there is a team that she's gonna run by. Oh my goodness, here comes Elite 7 spotting out Team MB. They heard the movements here, and that will be 0-1 alongside with the rest of Elite just hiding through. Oh my goodness, they have no idea at all. But here comes the Baichi. Baichi tapping over onto Joe. Let's bring him down here with that Groza. Buildable spray coming in. And you can see the controls tapping in, tapping out, zooming, striping through. And here comes someone getting tapped out as well. There, as you can see, a reply coming in from Baichi once again. Double kill in his hands. You can see Pika moving in from the side, trying to outround the circle. As you can see, that safe zone begins closing out. Right here comes Hafiz fighting through the rest of the members of RPGX. Not too sure if he can come out on top of this, as Smoke is looking for the battle angles and will clip him down low. There's no one from the side of Talk to actually save him right now. As you can see, that RPGX still having that momentum with 3-man strong. Pika looking for the flank here, and the circle doesn't really favor some of these teams. We're down to the top 6 as Xjun's looking to take flight here with some of his wings. Mr. Ba'an is looking for a little bit of close combat action from the side of LT. And you can see that they've managed to take out a lot of members in this fight. 10 more seconds before we see another shrink of the zone. It's the top 5 teams left on the table. Only 13 members left alive. Oh my goodness, the monster truck just driving right through. Pika looking to run down some of these members from Elite 7. But she just gotta be really careful with some of these maneuvering. Looks like Pika gets spotted out there from the side of Elite 7. Now gets tapped out for a little bit. Still has 140 HP to work with. But this monster truck will go in flames. Popping out that wall, and now immediately going in for a little bit of medication here. It's got to make a real quick run, but RPGX Baichi is over on the tower and will take out the Pika. Now we will have our top 4 team. RPGX is on fire. Looking at the side of RPGX, you can see that we are managed to spot out some of these members here. Tries to take down Damn Rose, but they are having the superior positioning with the vantage point, but Zeri will clip him out, and they will come in at number 4 place here. Top 3 team, and they spot out So What. One member down from the side of RPGX is all up to Damn Rose and Baichi to secure some of these points here, but Damn Rose will be clipped out as well. That was such a risky move, and it's only gonna be up to Baichi. Team LT now creating all these ice walls. Just making sure that Zariate will be able to get himself into safety. Here comes Smoke. He's trying to spray them down, and now that will be him running towards the back of the hut, and he's going in for a little mess, but that's not really a good time for him to do so, as he will bring him down. Mr. Ba'an is gonna go in for a flank, and now Baichi will be right down low as well. So what? Still have 20 HP left. And he spots out double low from Elite 7. Elite 7 looking to actually finish off all these other members as they try to advantage of the situation. Team LT getting straight down low, but Xjun still looking for a flank. You can see all the really close by as Sowat gets put down. He is down, and that will be LT getting eliminated there. Mr. Zeri brought down low, and now here comes Mr. on 2 members from the side of LT altogether. Elite 7 does have another 3-man over on his side. And that will be Dan Rose sticking out from the side of RPGX. It's all up to Elite 7 versus the likes of LT. But we already know their positioning. This is not going to look so good. A couple of nades coming out, but that will not clip off the rest of Elite 7. Elite 7 has a secure position and will go in for a flank. Here comes some fight coming in, but he has to go in for a reload. Only one member left. It's going to be Exio. Can he go in for that clutch? As you can see, the circle is punishing him right now. He's running left and right, but he's trying to survive ultimately, and that's gonna be a headshot over a side of Action. Oh my goodness, that was so close, but Elite 7 comes up on top with the booyah, and we'll see Gang Lodge out there with a crazy kill. 5 kills in his hands, while Lubbock team comes in on second spot there with 9 kills. Team Rampage over on 3rd place as they secure 3 kills as well. That will be some whopping scores for their side. I gotta say, this has been really, really explosive for round 1 of Bermuda. But this is not the final round. We still have 2 more rounds to go for this group C for today. And this looks so promising. As you can see, so many of these teams, of course, 13 teams on the table. Unfortunately for some of these teams, such as TGG, they didn't really secure much over in the early game. So they gotta try their luck better next time. But of course, my name is Contra. We will go into the second round, but we'll have to take a little bit of time to process what has happened throughout the rounds. Early on in the game, we see Team RPGX, they go into a couple of scuffle, and they somehow manage to escape from a couple of these situations, and it seems like they find themselves in such a tough position, but nevertheless they are having a lot of good points. So I gotta say kudos to them, as we saw Elite 7 winning that first booyah of the game. Now we'll take a couple of minutes break, and we will go in on round 2 for Group C. And welcome back, everybody, to the SEA India Invitationals. My name is Contract Hero, bringing you all the action. But today, we will bring you every one of these action from the side of Southeast Asia, where we will see Team Malaysia, Team Singapore, as well as Team Philippines collide in all of these battles here. And we will go into round 2, which will happen inside of Bermuda once again. We have had some mind-blowing action into round 1 with Elite 7 taking the booyah for the rest of the rounds. Of course, we see RPGX having a really good fight as well, and we'll see how will the tables turn in this whole match. Of course, teams are trying to get ready. Of course, a little bit of break for them after that round. They gotta recuperate for a little bit, have a little bit of fresh breath of air to go in with a different plan for some of these teams that didn't really have it all figured out. But of course, we hope you guys are enjoying the show so far. Make sure you like and share all these live streams here, and who knows, we'll be able to offer you some great in-game items some of these days. Well, winter has already closed out. It's January already, and I hope it's a great new year for some of you guys there. So share with me your thoughts, what you guys think about the game, and make sure to vote for your favorite teams. Drop them some hashtag, give them a little bit of love, because they will represent your country in the Free Fire World Cup. That will happen in a couple of months. Of course, if you guys are wondering about the dates, it'll be announced in the future. But this is going to be Southeast Asia colliding with India at the semifinals. And I'm looking forward to that because they have two different play styles. And we will go into the game in a bit. And we'll see how the fight path will go for some of these teams. And this will be possibly flying towards the northeast side into the Rinam village area. So I do expect a lot of teams trying to hover towards the side of Shipyard as well as Plantation. Not sure if anyone wants to opt for Katulistiwa, but we'll see a couple of more teams heading towards the side of the peak as well as Katulistiwa once again. I'm actually surprised that nobody is opting to actually head towards the side of Cape Town, because Cape Town does offer a lot of loots for some of these teams here, but it will be a lot of members flying towards Plantation as I speak of it. TGG didn't really have a good run in the previous bouts, but this will be something different for them. Now we see 4 teams over on the side of the peak, and what will happen here, we'll just have to find out. So what, and the rest of Team RPGX, just trying to rotate all the way through. Still trying to get themselves some good stuff in their hands. That's an AK inside of Mr. Zeri, as well as a M14. So I do think that it's going to work quite well, having such good loots early into the game on the hands of Zeri. Mr. Koje, just having that M16 to work with, it's not gonna be that much of a problem for him, but that's gonna be a really close fight coming from 7, but he will be brought down low as Nano from the side of MMG will be able to finish him out. There comes the kill in the hands of MMG. Really good start right there. We tend to see a little bit more action over onto the second round, as round 1 was just a warm-up for some of these teams. Here comes Mook. He does have a vehicle, but he opts not to actually pick that one up. As you can see, boom. I really like that icon, though. Looks like he loves to wear a little bit of shades here, but here comes someone, and he will be taken out by Mr. Shaft, blowing him off with a shotgun. I love the shotguns in close combat action here. It is so effective. The spread is so wide, and it's just nothing that could actually stop that sort of firepower. Even if you have an SMG that can spray through, it's still going to be really effective when you have a shotgun inside of a same hut or so. But towards the mid-game, it won't be that effective. Speaking of that, that's going to be Durex with that XM8. Oh my, and he managed to clip them off. Just getting himself so prepared. One member down from the side of BBY. That's going to be BBY returning a little bit of fire here. It's Kami Sunday. He's just trying to look for the rest of the members right there. And now it will be clipped out. One Mamiya dropping down to 62 health. And now they go in for the flank. Here comes Velos dropping into the ground. And HNT as well as Jahannam is looking for a left and right flank. There's still one member left on the side of Team Kami. BB Sunday brought down to one last sink, but Jahannam is just playing so well. And now it will be Durex slowly bleeding out. Team MTX gotta do something right here as HNT he's gotta back away after losing this fight to BBY. It seemed as if that they were winning at first, and BBY just had a little bit of a really good rotation. As you can see that MTX members are just being left out in the open. HNT has to play by the beach here. But lucky enough, the circle does favor the side of MTX as Kami comes out with 3 kills in hand. And of course, it's going to be a little bit of a slow run towards the renowned village here with the side of Team Tok here, who's just having the whole fishing village by himself. Of course, just a couple of docks and not too much of a weapons on all these members. But it's still somewhat of a balanced circle. Not too shabby for some of these teams, but for the side of Tok, they have to face against Elite 7 as well as MMG when they cross over from the villages. And they gotta be careful because we saw how well Elite 7 played out in the previous round. And they don't want to deal with some of these top guns here. Speaking of the top guns, that's going to be Pika actually getting clipped out right there. Elite 7 members are trying to finish off Pika. And now we'll go in with the wall for the blockage here. Got that Famas in hand, but they blow down the wall. And eventually Pika falls down low. They're looking to finish him off. So there's no members from the side of Tok to actually save off Pika in that sense. Now, Pika getting that sort of information for the side of Tok. They have to play this one safely. They could not go in for a fight against the side of Elite 7. So they'll opt out for the other northern side bridge to evade that scuffle against the side of Elite 7 once again. But we're looking at the side of AER. They do have a couple of kills in the hands of Mach. Make that one. Only 1 kill. But of course, it's still really relatively early into the game as we still have 12 teams left on the table. Now, HNT still playing extremely safely, and we're going to see how MT is going to work this one out. Over on the southern side, we have Dan Arfi as well as OMR. Just trying to actually go in for this battle here. Raimi has a really good scope on his Car 98K. Looking to clip in for a headshot, but it seems like Patrick will be sneakily hiding by the trees. Playing a little bit of Bollywood dance for the time being, but Patrick will be running away. Patrick Star. Of course, I'm a big fan of SpongeBob myself. Not too sure about you guys. But Team MMG, just like the previous rounds, they are playing very slow tempo, but Mamiya has been spotted out by the side of Zareth. They gotta be really slow in that. Sunday, giving a little bit of information out towards the side of MMG. Mamiya just holding in the grounds over the side of warehouse as Rumpit with the rest of MMG is looking for a flank. MMG much more gaming, just holding towards the right side. There is still Putri that they haven't spotted out as of yet, so they gotta be extremely sneaky as Zareth is going in for a flank. He's got that MP40 prepared on his hands, so he can go in for those quick sprays. Now he spots them out over on the opposite side of the docks. And here comes Sunday. He does spot him out, but that's not going to be enough for them to actually do anything right now. Here comes a little bit of fight coming in as Zareth goes in with a couple of shots over on the side of Sunday. But Sunday is not looking to back away from this one. He almost brings out Zareth, but that will be him just crawling through for now. Randy will finish off Sunday. As you can see, Mamiya just holding by the corners here. Putri also being brought down low, so it's only Mamiya left. Not sure if they want to go in for a couple of points here for the side of Mamiya. But MMG does have the numbers, and that will be a headshot coming in from the side of Rumpit. we'll finish off BBY members right here. Zareth just getting himself healed up after taking in just a little bit of bullets. Oh my goodness, Mummy is just right below him for a bit. If he goes down here, he might be able to spot Mumia out. But for now, Mumia is just being really quiet. They know that somebody's still around. They've taken down 3 members, but it's gonna be Mumia just playing so safely. Meanwhile, Mumia did spot out Rainy, as Rainy is going in for some loot. Now, they don't really have to take much risk here, but NGK has a really good position. As you can see, not too far away, it's going to be X-Yun just crossing through from the side of LT. So the members from the top 3 teams from the previous round and team NGK, they just be able to go in with a couple of fights here. But Team LT is rushing into the house right now. This might just be a close quarter combat. A couple of nades have been popped out inside of the hut. And here comes Zeri getting clipped out. But he finds a couple of members of NGK. And they will go in, shredding right through. And that nade just clips Zeri up. Will spray them down low. There's going to be 2 members left. NGK still looking for a fight. That's going to be a 1 rotation from the back. LT managed to spray down the last few members of NGK. Coming out strong. Oh my lord. This is just mayhem and madness inside of that vicinity. And somehow they did not take care of enough angles here from the side of NGK. Getting eliminated over on the 11th spot. But we might see more flights here coming from the side of OMR over the southern side. Down Afi looking to get prepared over the side of the peak. As this circle once again covers the side of Bhima Sakti as well as the peak. A lot of teams are over on the western and northern side of the map. They gotta make themselves rotate into the circle. But here comes Joe getting clipped out from the side of 08 Elite 7. The elites don't really have that much walls to work with, but of course those fences will only have a couple of holes for him to spray through. It's not really safe for them. But Hafizi, after having a little bit of a bullets shot towards this way, they're gonna have to make sure that they get prepared for this fight, because both of them are still outside the circle. They're not looking to bail off right now, but Dope is getting spit out. Here comes 08, taking down Joe, and now he's looking to finish him off immediately. Zainon still lagging himself behind. He's not even helping his team members that well as of yet. But of course, they are running low on numbers. From the side of Elite 7, they are looking to extend the lead. They had the first Booyah, and now they're looking for more. OMR does get 1 kill right there from across the map, but M79 being brought up. Hafizi is looking to actually shoot this grenades over on the side of Olymp, but Elite 7 is not gonna go in with any sort of a nonsense right now because the circle is closing in. They don't want to play outside of it. It's gonna be the UAZ zone, and all 3 teams have to be spotted out right now. They gotta make sure that they rotate really well, and all this information given, they have to make sure that they run all the way in. Elite 7 going in for a really good flank, but the Zainon is still left alive, still having 70% health left intact. Meanwhile, from the back, it's gonna be Hafizi just trying to battle it out, and that will be a grenade launcher right in front of his face once again. Here comes Jack, and he's trying to go in for a couple more shots here, but Hafizi will be shredded through from the top side. Oh my goodness, Elite 7, they just know how to pick their fights in the right time. And Jack still surviving really strong. Going in for a couple of loots before they run into the circle. It's not too far away. Team MMG is also around the corner as Dope Designer is the only one left for his own team. Now, we talked about MMG, and he's gonna make himself to safety right now. Does he have enough mats though to actually do anything at all? The Masakti strip still getting covered by the next safe zone. Of course, Mumia just trying to survive as long as she can, but I don't know what she's doing. It's impossible for him to actually survive, but it's just looking to actually finish on perhaps top 7. I don't know, like unless Mumia can find a vehicle, then they could possibly do something about it. A really weird play coming in from inside of Mumia. But MB Patrick just by the side of the trees here will get flanked. But it seems like Zyno knows his positioning, but will get his hit shot from the side of Patrick DP. 5 kills in the hands of Patrick. And that polar bear is just having a lot of regrets right now. It's gonna be Nano. Just playing by himself. Trying to get them their way into the deeper parts of this facility. Yes, you can see a lot of teams have already gatekeep their way of Bima Sakti's stream. HMT still being the sole member of the side of Team MT. It's just gonna slowly play this as a boom. It's gonna be another Lone Ranger as well. Not having the rest of them to work with, but they are trying to push their luck. And speaking of that, MMG playing so much better than they did before. A couple of taps through, but that's not gonna bring down Exunes. Exunes played phenomenally, being the last member surviving in the previous round of Team LT. Of course, he's just gonna go in for a couple of rotation, and now he spots a couple of shots coming in from the northern area. With about 4 teams over on the side, and here comes Rumpet just trying to run as fast as he can. The circle is going to hurt a little bit more, and you can see a couple of fights coming in from the side of LT. Action already spots them out, and Rumpet managed to pick people off with his famous headshot. That was such an accurate spray coming in from the side of Rumpet. And here comes Chikoye from the side of LT once again. Opting for that MP4 and now swapping out for that Scar as well. Zaref using some of these ice barricades, and now you can see a lot of rotation coming in from MMG, playing it smart, but this circle does favor the side of LT as of now. A lot of all these teams just trying to find a way to break into the next safe zone, but Elite 7 is still taking their sweet time. Just gonna move around from the side. Here comes the lab once again as 7 try to play this one out safely. They don't really want to take much of a risk. This is their usual strategy, as you can see from the first round. My Pinky from the side of OMR spots out Xjunes, but it's gotta be careful of this house here. As you can see, Xjunes just goes in with the nade, tries to burn them down, but that's not gonna be enough. Here comes a little bit of nade coming in over the side of Pablo as Xjunes sprays him down low as well. My oh my, Pinky will manage to eliminate Xjunes as OMR actually eliminates LT members right there, but Elite 7 will take advantage of this fight again as they go in for a flank. That's going to be Evo's bringing up a wall once more. As you can see, Pinky getting sprayed down low. That's going to be one more member down from the side of OMR. Shafik 46 will try to run for his life, but Evo has to deal with the rest of Elite 7. Double O just running right through. As you can see, that a 1 is getting clipped by the windows. Shafik as well as Jack will go head to head, but they're gonna have all 3 members. If they can get a really good spray from the side of Shafik, it will bring all of them down. But here comes Evo with the flank. Here, beautiful wall as well. He's going in for a reload. A little bit of support coming from OMR. It's gonna be Shafik left. Oh my goodness, he's still surviving. He's gonna play this one safely, and he will bring down over on the ground. But that's the end for the side of OMR. Only 3 more teams left alive. As you can see, 01 will go back up onto his foot. MMG, Rumpet, having 2 kills in hand. And they know all the positioning coming through. That M79 shot coming right from the side of MMG will be able to bring 1 member down. Here comes Putin. And you can see fights left, right, and center. Putin slowly dropping down onto the ground, but that will be only 2 teams. It's going to be Elite 7 versus MMG. Full space over the side of Randy from the side of Double O. And once again, Elite 7 looking to secure this whole fight and take it into the second booyah. That wall will be broken down, and both of them are inside of the same tree. And that will be Randy being sprayed down. Only Rumpet left alive. And here comes a rotation. Here comes a flank. And that will be Rumpet. Oh my goodness, that beautiful nade We'll clip one, but it's still gonna be Elite 7 winning this fight. Getting Laja Elite 7 takes away another 300 points. And of course, that's a total of a whopping 500. That is just so crazy, but much more gaming. This time, they managed to come in on second spot. Enemy Wakanda will come in on third place. And the rest is not too bad. Hackers coming in with 11 solid kills there, raking it 355 points. That is such a solid showing. Lubric team coming on fifth place. MT4 World comes in at 6th. AER on 7th. Baby Shark on 8th. Katua on to 9th. And that will be 10th place for A team. Now the rest of the teams over the bottom still need to keep up with the pace, as RPG somehow in this game brought down extremely early. So Team Rampage has been dead out, but it's not too bad. They can still try for the final round, as we will head to Purgatory in a bit. But this round has been such a crazy round. It's such high tempo, high octane fights all across the whole game itself. And I gotta say that I'm really impressed on what Southeast Asia has to offer. Now, we're gonna take a little bit of time for our marshals to tabulate the scores, and eventually we'll hit to our final round for Group C, and we will see the Southeast Asian teams battle out on the side of Purgatory. My name is Contra, and we will go on a short break, and when we come back, we'll bring you Group C's final round. And of course, that's not the final for the whole day, as we will also have Group D fighting for the rest of the day. So we'll see you in a short bit. Good afternoon and welcome back, everybody, to the Free Fire Southeast Asia India Invitationals. My name is Contract here, bringing you all the games, and of course, we're looking for the best of the best from India as well as Southeast Asia to actually represent their countries in the Free Fire World Cup, which will happen in Thailand. Of course, just letting you know a little bit of the format, we'll have two sides of these regions collide, but it will be the top 6 from Southeast Asia as well as the top 6 from India to fight it all out. But right now, we're still in the group stages where we will see some of the best teams of Southeast Asia collide for today. Tomorrow will be for the Indian server as well. But of course, for today, we will see some of these teams from Malaysia, Singapore, as well as the Philippines fight it all out. I believe that the teams are getting ready, and the format is relatively simple. 300 points for a booyah, 20 points for a kill, and the ones with the most points will win at the end of the day. But in the group stages, we will select 6 of the top teams to go into round number 2, and when we fight inside of round number 2, we'll only pick 3 out each of these groups. Now, without any further ado, we should go into the game and about now. So if you guys are ready, hit the like button, hit the share button, because we're gonna go in for some great fun time, and we'll look into the final booyah for Group C. Now, what I do like about Purgatory is that it's such a huge map with a lot of ridges as well as mountains to actually play with, as we will see this flying through from the side of Sky Lodge ending towards the side of Quarry. Really well balanced fight once again, where most of these teams will possibly go towards the southern area as well. The north side here, are they actually going in for a fight in the side of Moat House? And we can see Team Top as well as Elite 7 dropping about the same pathing right now, as Top will hit towards the northeast side of the state. They don't want to fight with the rest of Elite 7. As you can see, that Team AER as well as Acceptable will fly towards the side of Marble Works. So they will be having a lot of loot right there, but there's so many of these teams just trying to battle it out over on the mid side here. As you can see, MMG, the one that came out on second spot, managed to actually get themselves in, but it seems like MMG Nano has already made himself inside of the warehouse. We'll go into the fight against Team MB. Patrick will try to get himself a little bit of a walls to work with. Meanwhile, that's going to be Nano just getting clipped out by Zeref for a little bit. He's missing a lot of this shot. Zeref only got a melee weapon, and he has to run for his life. And now you can see that Nano doesn't really have that much bullets to work with. Zeref still trying to make a sprint here. And that's going to be Patrick just having not many options to work with. Oh, he jumps out the window. And finally, Zeref gets brought down low. Oh, what was that? Well, MMG just starting out strong. And of course, early game is sometimes kind of hilarious when they don't have enough weapons, and this is a time where you have to worry when you drop into the same vicinity of your teams. Zeref just didn't have much to work with, but he's got to risk his life for that. Now for the side of NGK, still hasn't really found themselves the right footing as of yet, but they gotta make every moment count for this game. And speaking of that, that's gonna be Mr. Zuri getting headshotted from Abu. The MP40 spray was just so good, and will eliminate one member down from the opponent side. Abu just having a really quick hindsight. He just goes in one tap and just slowly spray him down. Here comes Mr. Baan. Got the mats on the ground. Can definitely use it for the time being. Meanwhile, X-Yuns playing by the walls. He spots out a couple of these teams right across. This NGK slowly rotates over. Might just go into this battle here. Inside of Brasilia. And Brasilia is one of my favorite places to actually drop. Look at how things are going. This is Akif still opting for a couple of weapons here. He's got the FAMAS as well as MP40 in the hands of Abu. But here comes a couple of clips coming in from the eastern side. He's going to run for his life. And Asaptabal still trying to sprint his way across the side of the crossroads. Bajo from the side of AER just managed to find himself a little bit of a weaponry over the side of the rocks of the mountains. Kind kind of like an odd place to find for some goods, but I think it works for them for now. As you can see, that competitive play is sort of different as compared to the usual plays. Right here comes Nano, looking for a couple of clips over onto the caravan, but that's going to be him just missing the shots. He jumps over on his head, but still, they managed to pick one off from the side of AER. Here comes Asataba as well. He's just trying to hug the walls. And you can see Patrick has a clue on where the members are. And will spot out Boom. Asataba will be the first one to fall. And here comes Boom as well. Only one more member left on the side of AER. As Kazuya will finish one more off. So he's going to be Mook. But Mook is not even close. It's just going to be him left alone. And he just bails his whole team out. He doesn't even stand a chance at all. He's got that grenade launcher as well as a shotgun with him, but I don't know. Not really the best of decision, but he has to accept it for now. It's going to damage his teams, and that's going to be Araksama taken out, and their team will come in on 12th spot as Dam Rose from the side of RPGX having quite an alright start. As you can see, Basic by Chi has been taken out relatively early, as we still have 38 players left alive. They'll play a little bit slow. As you can see, that Team OMR is not too far away as well from RPGX. They're all playing by the corners of the southern zone, but they gotta leave that part of the area because that island there is not gonna hold up for long. Oh, Evos just trying to look for some goods from the side of the ridges of the beach here, but I don't think that there's anything for him to take. But he's just playing relatively safely. He does have the vehicle to work with here, so they should be able to rotate as this whole circle will end up on the side of Brasilia campsite Forge as well as the fields, maybe ending towards the side of Skylodge as well, depending on the next few phases of the same zone where it will go. And here comes another flank from the side of MT. HNT just looking to clip people out, but TGG gets spotted out. Raimi brought down to 50% health. HNT just not really having a really good rotation, but from the side of Raimi, he's just trying to play this out safely. He's got that M4 to play with. Now he's trying to go in for a peek. Here comes Fly Green as he goes in for a couple of attempts, missing a lot of shots over the side of Jahannam, and will immediately clip off from the side of Jahannam with that beautiful kill in return. Well, the sharpest shooters for the side of MTX. Jahannam just showing what he's got. And over the hands of Raimi, you can see that he's putting in that pan just to make sure that he sprints a little bit faster. UAZ zone just revealing one team. But of course, MMG are not really looking for that sort of a straightforward fight. Over on the side of Brasilia is going to get a little bit more interesting in a while. As you can see, Elite 7 is not too far away from AER. Over in the northern area, we see a couple of teams are still playing outside of the circle. And somehow Mook has made himself into the outskirts. Really, really far away from the circle. But I don't know what he's really up to. But look at how MMG is playing. They possibly know the members of LT are not too far away. That's why he's got that M79 prepared, just in case if they were to come into the same housing area. All of them are just getting ready for this fight. Here comes Fire. Over onto that one. As he is just looking around the sniper towers. Still not inside of the zone as of yet, but they will be. The first zone is still going to be a little bit slow. 1 minute for the closure, and somehow this circle just directly closes into its side of the campsite area. And look at how things are going so far. All the teams are just hugging the corners of the circle as of now. As you can see, a lot of teams are over on the Sky Lodge area as well as the east side. Dam Rose going in for a couple of shots here, but he's got the bite to actually sprint away. This is quite interesting to see how teams like this are playing over the side of the Sky Lodge. And that will be an airdrop right in the middle of it all. There might just be teams just fighting over it. That's a really cool back from inside of Pika. I gotta say that this is just them playing really safely. Meanwhile, Dog is just all the way behind. BBY will be limited after a while. This was the kill over the hands of the damn row. But I'm opting to actually use it as of now, because here comes a couple of bullets over the side of Mondones as they are outside. This campsite doesn't have anybody inside the circle, but Patrick should be able to get himself inside really quickly. Meanwhile, Raimi is hiding by the sniper towers, prone, crouching through, not trying to reveal his own positioning. He spots out Burnfire. Burnfire doesn't really have that much of a clue, but he does suspect there's somebody right up there. Going in for a peek on that Scar. Not really effective. But here comes a little bit of rotation. More action coming in from the side of RPGX against Elite 7. Elite 7 has one member down. 08 possibly will get eliminated right now as RPGX is holding the warehouse position. 08 will have to be picked up and immediately go in for a couple of heals before they get ready for the next fight. Here comes the safe zone once again as Smoke looks to actually run all the way in, but there's more action coming from the side of OMR. Oh my goodness, that flank was so beautiful on the side of Topo. As Evil's also being brought down low, is all up to Shafik as well as Ma Pinky. But Shafik is in the middle of it all. They might just lose this one. Shafik waiting for a couple of kills, but over on the back he sees Jahannam. Jahannam running in, but can he actually spray them right now? He takes one down, but Durex will be able to eliminate all these members from OMR. Team MT with a victory in this fight. A little bit of rotation here coming in from the side of Kami 1. But it's Fellas just getting knocked out by the zone. Gonna have to heal up really quickly. Jack should be able to actually pump a lot of medicine over on his body, but here comes 01. Getting himself in danger once again. HNT over on the backside. Oh, that was beautiful. HNT just taking out all of it. And Elite 7 just fall out in that one. This is going to be our top 6 teams in running for that booyah. T-Rex possibly will get knocked out. But this circle is just punishing a lot of these members while So What managed to find himself that grows inside of the package. Now running right into the side of Team MT once again. He's running low on meds, and there's nothing much for him to actually do here. 11 more players on the table as MMG Randy just gonna get himself a little bit of a safety net here as he heard that vehicle coming in from Kami 1. Now, we saw him driving a monster truck, and now he's upgraded to a sports car. Well, that's what you get when you have a lot of money, but M4 in the hands of Smoke tries to clip off one member running right through the corners, and that will be MT member getting eliminated right there. We're on down to the top 5, and it's going to be Patrick right in the middle of the road, and this wall will not hold for long. That's going to be another one being built up there from the side of Patrick. But Smoke will try to suppress him right now. Patrick is rotating towards the left side, and now he gets himself a little bit of coverage. Here comes Smoke. He's trying to finish him off, and he managed to actually get himself the vehicle. He steals it away. My word. Patrick. Oh, Patrick. Oh, my goodness. Did he not see one of these members around him? Oh, this is bad. This is so bad. It's going to be a 1v3, and Patrick drives himself into danger and will be eliminated. 4 more teams on the table. MMG once again in this top 4 position. First round, they actually finished on 2nd place. They're looking for that booyah. As you can see, Team RPG find themselves that sort of momentum once again from round 1. LT Burnfire all by himself, just waiting for movements. They know that somebody's up there, but there's no grenades for him to actually work with. But Smoke will be clipped off right through. It's going to be MMG having the higher grounds to work with. This is a perfect vantage point for the side of Much More Gaming. As you can see, the circle is closing in, and it does favor the side of MMG as of now. Couple of clips running around, but nobody will be able to save smoke from the back, as well as So What being brought down right now. Prudence trying to clip off one of the last few members of the side of RPGX, but somehow he managed to reach to the side of someone, and D-Damn Roach actually clips out over on the side of Rumpet. This is going to be a top trade team, and Birdfire will be eliminated. That's going to be MMG versus the likes of Elite X over on the bottom side. D-Damn Rose. Oh my goodness. RPGX going in for the flag. It's going to be Randy left on the table. Will they actually finish him out? D-Damn Rose, one-on-one. One more bullet to bring him down. And it's going to be D-Damn Rose winning Team Rampage. RPGX taking in the Booyah, coming in with 13 kills. And they are on fire. Congratulations to all these teams as they managed to make their way into the following round. And I gotta say, this has been spectacular. Coming in for Group C, I do think that RPGX alongside with MMG will be coming up, as well as Team LT will be one of the ones listed. But of course, we will reveal more in a bit, but this is our top 5 teams for round number 3 in Purgatory. As you can see, Blue Book team coming out 3rd place, Baby Shot on 4th, and Mikado on 5th, MT4 World on 6th place, Gang Elijah Elite 7 comes out on 7th spot. Now, the rest of the teams, such as Hacker, had a little bit of downfall onto 8th place, while TGG Esports pushing themselves over 9th place, as well as Talk Katua coming in at 10, AER 11. A-Team, unfortunately, will come in with no points at all over the top place, as well as Not Good Kid SLL will come in with 20 points over onto the final spot. Now, this has been quite a show coming in from Group C, and when we go into the following rounds, we will bring you Group D, and we see fights after fights. All these teams were playing strategically outside of the circle and eventually make their rounds into the middle, where we see it closing in towards all these open areas. So it was so difficult for them to play around with, and at the end of the day, MMG had the higher ground, and somehow the Damn Rose from the side of RPGX managed to take away that win in that clutch position, and MMG could have won it. 2 rounds ending up on 2nd place. Must have felt bad for the side of MMG, but nevertheless, they should be able to qualify for the following round in the semis, as well as round 2. But of course, we will take a short break, and when we come back, we'll go into Group D. So make sure you stay around, and we'll see you in a bit. My name is Contra, signing off for a while. And welcome back, everybody, to the Free Fire Southeast Asia and India Invitationals. My name is Contra. If you guys just tuned in, this is going to be some of the best of the teams from Southeast Asia, which includes Malaysia, Singapore, as well as the Philippines in some of these rounds. And tomorrow, we'll have all the teams from India battle it out. This is going to be Group D, as they will fight in the round ones of the group stages here. And we will tabulate the scores for Group C as well as Group D. The top 6 from each side we'll battle it out over onto round 2 at the end of today. But of course, now we will have another few sets of new other teams that will be participating in the previous rounds. We see much more gaming as well as Rampage actually clutching out in the final bouts. But of course, there's also amazing teams such as Elite 7 as well as LT that actually put on such a good show. Now, I wonder what Group D has in store for us. We'll have 2 rounds of Bermuda as well as 1 round of Purgatory to sum up each of these groups. But of course, we'll have to see how these teams play out as compared to Group C. Now, going into Group D, we will go into our first match of the day. It's going to be in Bermuda. So if you guys are ready, make sure you hit like, make sure you hashtag, put all of these support over onto the comments down below in the live stream, and I hope to actually check them out as well if I do have the time. But we'll go into the game in a bit. So thank you very much for all of your likes and share so far. And of course, if you guys were wondering about this tournament format, once again, 300 points for the Booyah, and you'll have 270 lower as it goes for the rest of the position of second, third, and so forth. For each kill, it is 20 points. So points does matter at the end of the day. Imagine if you can get about 10 kills, that will be about 200 points if my maths don't fail me right now. So we will go straight into the game in a couple of seconds as of now, and I want to see how this flight will go. This is Free Fire Battlegrounds, and if you guys haven't known as of yet, this is one of the best games in mobile to play. This Battle Royale, it gives you a lot of customizations as you can play around with it. But instead of starting into the side of Bermuda, we will start off with Purgatory, which is a little bit interesting. But of course, it's still going to be roughly the same in that sense. Now, we're going to see a couple of teams dropping into the side of Crossroads. Meanwhile, Moat House will be contested from the side of Radland. Another different team of OMR is playing this round. As you can see, different names coming through. They will play on the south side of Moat House. Meanwhile, over on the southern area, we see Golf Course getting contested by Team Run. Marble Works does have 2 teams up for the contention, as well as about 2 teams will be spread out towards the southern area of the Lumber Mill as well as Fire Brigade. Really well balanced spread coming in from some of these teams, but the central zone seems a little bit empty, to my surprise. But I guess it's all up to the preferences. As you can see, Run Silent just dropping into the middle of nowhere, looking for possibly a couple of vehicles in the side of the golf course. We'll go into the zip line, oh, one by one, but this is quite a risky play. It's kind of funny, like seeing them just gliding themselves all the way upwards with the cable works. Of course, just giving himself a little bit of a lift. But look at this circle so far. Everyone is just spread out so well. Meanwhile, Phils and Brasilia seems to be very much empty, as maybe Shakila is still gliding through some rotations. Here comes a couple of shots coming in from La La La. Of course, the enemy side will go blah 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 because he's not getting any shots right now. But that's gonna be Insect Danga just running through the side of the bitch. Doesn't have anything but his fist to work with. Kiana looking to chase him down, but TGS will not let Insect Anga run through. Insect Anga's gotta try to run for cover, but there's no cover at all. A couple of sprays will break down Insect Anga. And there's just no way out. No way, Jose. TGS with the first blood. Yeah, that's still looking for more. Just wondering where the rest of the teams are, but of course, there's no way for Insect Anga to be revived. And as of now, we can see that there's still 39 more players in the table. This time around, we have 10 teams in total. We didn't really catch that much of a huge fight from other teams, so this is gonna take a little bit slow. Well, I do wonder how this save zone is going to pan out. As you can see, everyone is giving themselves a little bit of respect towards the enemy squads. There won't be much action until all these faces zooms in. As IFH Twinkies just have a little bit of a couple of items over the side of FSI killing. We do have a Hokage in the house. Trying to be a legendary ninja for the side of IFH. Taven gets himself a little bit of meds. Of course, he does have that M4. So he can go in for all those good AR mid-range shots as well. Now this is going to take a little bit of time. But we do see a little bit of action over the side of PXG. As they manage to take down one member from the side of Matkilo's team over on top side. A little bit of scuffle there from the side of the Power Central. But of course, Mippy has got that really cute reindeer head with him from Christmas. So it looks like after the New Year's, they still have a lot of great Christmas spirit for themselves. But P90 is something that I do love to play from time to time. As you can see, that Adele does have quite a good weaponry in a sense. Adele will possibly have to rotate with his team because right now there is a scuffle for the side of Run. I'm not too sure what's really going on, but not gonna result into much. So far, only 2 players have dropped in this game itself. As you can see, Rosie just playing true from the side of Mount Villa, as well as Quarry. Mr. Cylon just slowly trying to get as much loot as they can. Now you can see that a lot of people actually favors the MP40 for the firing rate that is quite easy to control. So I do think that this is quite a safe option. And looking at the circle, it does close in over onto the top side. And of course, that will be another kill over on the side as PXG finishes off what it started. But they spot somebody out from the side of the zip line. They are trying to look for a spray, but here comes Adele with the reloads. Will miss those shots. We'll cover the side of Brasilia Field, Smoke House, as well as Crossroad. Only one team is inside of the circle, to my surprise. First UAV has been deployed as well, Mexon. Still hasn't had any kills for his team, but the rest of his teammates has already been wiped out. It's kind of difficult for him to play, especially in such a huge map as of this moment. You see, it's a little bit more silent as compared to Group C. Maybe this is just the sort of warm-up round that they need. They just want to take things slowly. And of course, a lot of times we do start off with the Bermuda. But this time around, having it inside of Purgatory is quite a challenge. Meanwhile, for the side of TGS, they are still lurking over on the southern side. The safe zone is slowly creeping through. But even so, the first zone does not hurt all too much. As team number 8, not too sure if this is an X or so. It looks like an R if you guys don't really wear your glasses, but my eyesights are perfect. I'll just call them Team R, Team X for the time being. So they still have 4 members intact. And right now, here comes the shrinking of the safe zone as Radland is still inside the circle. Towards the northern areas here, this is kind of safe to be played, but I'm not too sure. This is kind of risky coming from Wellmexon as it goes into the zip line. Looking to cut across, but the circle is already closed out. Still's got a lot of EP, so he doesn't really care all too much. You can see that Team TG Infinity over on the southern side trying to cross from the side of the lumber mill. Here comes a couple of taps over on the side of Mippy, shocking as Run Line 6 is looking to finish him off, but he does spot up Amirin as well, and that will be Mippy getting capped out over on the one last tick of health outside of the zone. Amirin trying to run for his life, and that's going to be the only hope left for team number 4. Amirin still trying to run off. You can see Ichi Anga take it off, as well as Mippy Shakila doing the last few hopes. And that will be the elimination of Amirin. Team number 4 is out of the game. We still have 9 more teams left on the table as they are sprinting across the golf course. Not that much to actually deal with, but Royce will actually check out Amir's body for a couple of loots, hoping to get the Mets as well. That will be really important now that they are outside of the zone. And you can see PXG might just fight against OMR, as you can see a couple of bullets flying through from the side of OMR. Mei going in for a really close combat. This is going to be really risky. She's all by herself. Mei going inside of the huts here. Just not gonna take that much risk. Oh no, that's Jawal getting spotted out. They hear the movements, but he isn't way too sure. They are just by the side of the walls. This might just be a flank. Beautiful stuff coming in from the side of Apex. Just spraying through the side of Jamal Jr. Jamal Jr. just trying to crawl their way through, but that's gonna be Apex finishing off Jamal. Here comes Apex once again, spreading through over the side of Dizarf. Takes down one more member from the side of OMR. OMR is right now in trouble, losing their second member. Zeno is out, and now he spots both of it. Dizarf, what are you doing? This is not the right place to be, and that will be Neo be the last member of OMR being eliminated over on 9th place. PXG is on fire. Oh my goodness, and they had no clue at all. PXG was nearby the zone, and Apex goes in with the flank. They should have been well prepared, but they had not a single idea of where the locations are. And now that TG Infinity over the back heard all the shots, they are looking for a fight as well. Here comes the run, trying to outrun the circle. A little bit of irony when it comes to some of these teams here. It's crazy good skills coming in from some of these players, but of course, if you guys want to check that out, you guys could definitely open up your apps and make a purchase. And just a little bit of a side note here. Yesterday, we did have some guild wars going on, and you can manage to collect some dock tags to actually claim some really good rewards. But you gotta make sure that you stay in the same guild during the whole duration, or else you lose all your dock tags right after you leave your guild. So make sure you check out all of these good stuff. Meanwhile, of course, this is the Southeast Asia India Invitationals. Today we are having a lot of fights coming in from the Southeast Asia region, and PXG is getting spotted out. A couple of times coming through from the side of TGS, and TGS tries to spray through all of these walls that is being spread out by the side of PGX. But Dasa having a little bit of coverage, and we'll look to spray down Mippy. May will be able to clip one member down from the side of TGS. Here comes the down tree. Will be able to take one down, and will take out the wall. Dasa has to play by the trees right now. Here comes Yana, also taken out as well. There's only one more member left alive, and it's Milana running for his life. Oh no! TGS once again picking off the round fight. PXG just winning every single challenge that they come across. And it's only going to be Noel Maxon just holding onto the same position, trying to heal himself up. Meanwhile, for some of these teams, they're still up on some of these scuffles. That's PXG. It's just holding and gatekeeping people from entering towards the next zone. You can see Radila still trying to loot. I believe that upon this few minutes here, it's kind of too late to still go in to be a loot goblin right now. Meanwhile, I'll call him Rue, team number 8. They're not having any action thus far. Meanwhile, I have HX managed to spot out a couple of members down below. They have the vantage point, and they gotta make good use of it. Look at how things are going so far. All these players are playing so safely. Radland getting spotted out, but Taven is not actually making any sort of a challenge coming in. I'm kind of surprised. As you can see, Mango last out with Double O, just hiding inside this vicinity yet. But this circle will close in about another minute or so. And it's just in the middle between Molten House as well as Brasilia. They do have a couple of ridges to work with, but I don't know. We might just see a lot of fights happening coming from the side of IVH. But here comes Hua Mosian alongside with his team. Team number 5, of course, just rotating through and hoping to actually crash onto some of these members. While Maxon is all by himself, and they managed to spot him out. Oh no! This looks bad. He's going prone, but they've already spotted him out. They will finish him off, but tries to ram him through. A couple of members are dropping down, and that will be him just getting eliminated. But he's still juggling right through, and will be finished off by Hua Mosian. I don't know, like, I guess, like, it's worth the 20 points, but it's kind of brutal. Right now we see Bros brought down to the ground, but will be assisted by his rest of his teammate. Here comes Radland, as well as the rest of Team Bros over on the bottom side. He's trying to run for his life as Mango goes in for that quick scope. See? Might just get caught out right here, but Mango will be spotted out immediately. How can he deal with this situation? Because right now he's going for immediate healing, as he does have a couple of walls to work with. We'll build one more wall for coverage. Over the left side is going to be a flag coming from the side of Double O, as Shaky is inside of blue as well. Here comes the fight, just right in front of his face. It's going to be Rue actually taking one member out. Oh my goodness, there comes the chase, and here comes the monster truck as well. The answer might just be clipped out, and he will be knocked out in the zone. Will be run over by the team. Oh no, IFH, they gotta run for their lives. This is looking really bad, but they want to put this monster truck on fire. That's going to be Payman getting clipped out. That is such a trolling movement coming in from team number 5, and now they're getting their monster truck in a little bit of a flip. Still managed to drift it back into a really good position. But this gets more entertaining as it goes. Was a really slow first 5 minutes of the game, but now the tempos have been amped up for a little bit more. As you can see, Group D has to play a really safe game. 19 more players left on the table, as Emmy playing outside of the huts. PXG still 4-man strong. Make that 3 to be precise. As you can see, May getting clipped out by a couple of members from the side of the back here, but run members are trying to do something here. Cylon just running across, but that's not going to be that much of a help. He's trying to go in for revive, but here comes some challenge coming in. BP just trying to spray through, and still managed to clip off Cylon. Still full control coming in from BP, as he goes in with such a solid spray. Here comes Adele as well. Tries to go in for a flank, but that will be hit, brought down to the ground. One member down from the side of EXG. You are trying to secure this kill, but Apex does not have enough to actually save his teammates as of yet. All these walls will be able to give him enough coverage. Now he's going to go in for the revive, but May will be able to spray out all these run members, as there's just no way for them to run. And now all of them are just clumped up in this really small vicinity. Here comes IFH Hokage, brings down Lemon over to the back. Lemon will be bleeding out, and there will be nobody to actually save them right now. Here comes Shielding once again, and now we see the circle closing deeper and deeper. They gotta go in with all the saves, but IFH members are still intact. All 4 members are up on the ground. Here comes PXG. They are playing so solidly, and here comes Walmart. They brought down low BP as well. 1-for-1 trade, but that nade will eliminate one member for the side of PXG. Oh my goodness, that Spa S12 spraying to his head, and now PXG still wins the trade. PXG, one of the best teams that I've seen so far. They're looking to end this game strong. There's still 8 more alive, and it's going to be PXG versus the likes of IFH. But now they are over on the lower ground here. IFH does have the momentum. They have the higher grounds to work with. All the angles are perfect. And now here comes the screen over on the side of Adeltree. Adeltree puts up a wall, and now Kiana is just playing outside of the circle. Here comes Kiana. Quickly. He's gotta run. He's gotta make this sprint, but this is not gonna be enough. Oh my word, he's still alive. How does he do it? Kiana tries to spray through, but that's gonna be one nade being popped out. He's gonna play by his goals here. IFH is just trying to use all these metal bars as a barricade. Then that will be 2 teams left alive. That was the last member for his team, and now it's IFH versus the likes of PXG and IFH. IFAM wins the game with a booyah, 7 kills in hand, but PXG, oh yeah, has a phenomenal 17 kills. 17 kills, taking almost half of this whole map. PXG, oh yeah, was on fire. As much as you can see, IFAM won the game. it is having the highest score, 540 points in total. And of course, followed by IFM. TGS comes on third place with that final member. And of course, Sumpit Army managed to take out one whole squad by themselves, coming at fourth place. Meanwhile, over on the lower side of the top six, we see the Bros Junior as well as Runner on sixth spot. And the other half, we'll see Infamous Lele, SVG Hunter, the Lord Gabi, as well as Bilang coming at the last spot. So, good work overall, but it was really slow pace. But you can see the skills that they have from the side of PXG Oye Oye taking in that crazy fight. But at the end of it all, it's IFG taking away that booyah. And of course, this has just been a show-stopping performance from some of these teams. Now, we will go into the following round. We will see these teams battle out onto the side of Bermuda, I believe. And then eventually, once we conclude all three rounds, we will see round two, where we'll see both Group C and D battle out for the top three spots. My name is Contra. We'll go back into this following game in a bit. For now, we'll take 3 minutes to tabulate the scores, and we will be right back. Welcome back, everybody. My name is Contra, bringing you the Free Fire C India Invitationals, and we will go into the following round. My apologies. I'm having a little bit of flu here, so do bear with me. And of course, we already seen game number 1. We're heading to game number 2. First of all, we started with Purgatory, and we will head into Bermuda for the next following 2 rounds. And we'll see how things are going to go, because in the side of Purgatory, it's such a huge map. We didn't really see that much action. It was kind of a neutral round for a lot of them in the first 5 minutes, but the tempo has been amped up towards the final few circles there, where we see all of them battle right through, and Team PXG actually comes out with 16 total kills, almost eliminating towards the whole half of the map. But of course, we have 10 teams this time around inside of Group D to actually fight it all out. For those of you who just joined, of course, this is teams running for the top spot here, of course, to represent their country in the Free Fire World Cup, which will happen in Thailand, Bangkok, somewhere in a couple of months, which will be announced in the Facebook pages. So do stay tuned to that. We'll go into round number 2, and we will see what will commence for some of these teams here now. We will see the flight coming in for this look to actually go in for more fights. They want blood, and we will see them scattered across the map. Now, Plantation will be contested by some of these teams here, as PXG will be dropping out really quickly. OMR, as well as Team OS, Bros will be heading into the side of Peak. Kotatua does have Killin and the winners from the last round, IFS, just occupying towards that vicinity. Meanwhile, Cape Town, we'll see one of the teams right there. Amirin didn't really have a good start, and once again, they're going to have a really huge then once more. Amirin getting a little bit of a damage done in early stages of the game. Mimpi Shakila managed to find herself that MP5. And right over on the top side, we saw Team PXG, the ones with the most kills, the ones who are always hungry to actually rake in those points. They are looking for blood, dropping into the middle of it all. They have the vantage points, but now they are trying to look for all the weapons necessary to actually do so. Meanwhile, PXG does have one member, me, dropping towards the corners of Carrington. I'm not too sure why is she alone. But I guess this is one of the strategies that they can use for now. So 3 members in the middle, 1 member towards the edge of the map. So Apex will have a little bit of security. Meanwhile, me is just gonna play all by herself. We're over on the side of Mippy once again, with a really goofy reindeer hit. Meanwhile, Chucky from the side of Bros, just sticking together, the brotherhood that they've established for a couple of years that they've been playing together. Or months. I wouldn't know until I possibly interview some of these players here. But like the previous round, we see a little bit more of a safe play coming in from all of these teams. Meanwhile, Lady Lin and the rest of her members from team number 12, it's just looking to actually secure more guns here. It's got that Scar, but Scar is not enough. You can still opt for that secondary weapon. Hat-trick. Well, I'm not sure if he's playing Free Fire or football. Of course, if you want to get a hat-trick for 3 booyahs, it's going to be quite difficult. But FSI, they have quite a crazy run in the previous round in Purgatory. I would say the ones that has the best showing of skills was PXG. We can see that they have a really good knowledge of the game. As you can see, Team OC Solo Solid just rotating around. They are looking for a flank. They may be able to clip out Malak Army and some of these members. They see a lot of movements by the corners of the pitch. As you can see, Tyron just by the corner. I'm not sure why they're playing all too safely, but they just try to avoid the fights coming in from inside of Shipyard. As you can see, Solo Jack and Solo Jahat still opting to actually look for a couple of kills here, as this circle will cover towards the side of Waterfront. into the western areas as well. Still really early in the game, and May has been clipped out. That is such a bad fight coming in, and we talked about PXG actually having one member outside, and finally you see May getting caught out by herself. That's a really good kill there, coming in from the side of team number 9. And he's just gonna slowly man up and show him what he's got. A little bit of showing off right there. Coming in for some of the members of Team X. Meanwhile, for the side of Apex, they've already lost one member down, but they know the location of the other team. Here comes the danger zone. Oh my. Gotta get themselves to safety. Of course, a lot more teams over onto the eastern side. There's at least 4 teams trying to make their way into the circle from the east area. PXG has already stepped into the circle. That will make them to be the 5th team inside of the zone. Kilo is trying to shine bright like a star, but he's not really having way too much of a firepower. But speaking of firepower, here comes, well, Maxon actually from below. Pyrax 94 will get it taken down low, but he's not down as of yet. He's hiding inside of the village, and now here comes Asura. Asura still doesn't really have much room to work with, and they are stuck right now. What can they do as Hua Mo Xiang also in the other vicinity? That will be Daniel getting flanked out, and that's Mala Army doing something. At least gonna look in for a fight. Oh no! Oh, that blow does not hit it, but Amy is still left alive. Daddy's gonna drive this one out, and somehow he's managed to escape out of all this fire as he hops right through, taking out Hua Mo Xiang as well. And over on the top side, it's gonna be Well Maxon, just holding the position as Mala Ami has been spotted out. Oh no! Wrong place to shoot at. But this is the final member for team number 5. Team Mala just running and running. They lost too much of these members. And somehow, Danny Ilham, as well as Mal Maxon, still stands in that fight. I gotta say, it felt really bad if I were to lose out so early, but this is the nature of competition. When you're fighting against some of the best teams, there will be blood. And speaking of that, some of them will be spilled outside of the safe zone. Some of these teams just like to play it extremely cautiously, but of course, taking a little bit of risk outside of the zone as well. But this circle, of course, close in really slowly, so it shouldn't be a problem at all. But towards the northeast side, northwest side, we might just see a three-way battle from the side of SCS. Danny Ilham, of course, having members bled out earlier on. Now they can secure quite a number of loots for themselves. But here comes SCS. He's got to be careful. They can't lurk in for way too long. They shouldn't be too greedy for the loots. But Bats might just be able to spot out Danny Ilham. Oh no, they spot out Wellmax. Did he see it at all? What? Oh no. There we go. There we go. Here comes the tap, and that's going to be Danny on the ground. And Will immediately gets finished off. Wellmaxon inside of the house, and they have not spotted him out as of yet. 1 versus 4. There's not much that Wellmaxon can actually do in this sort of situation, so he has to dash himself away. The rest of the solo squad is over on the top side there. As you can see, more taps coming in from the side of SCS members, trying to clip off Wellmaxon there. Of course, bringing it down to 60%. But he's still trying to sprint his way through. He cannot take this fight at all. Oh my. Oh no! That is brutal. That was just brutal. That... Man, they still managed to clip him. I got to say that. That's great work coming from SCS. Right, here comes Team OC. They're looking to challenge SCS as Asteroid gets tapped out. But here comes the Ice Barricade to actually give him a little bit of coverage. They're looking to penetrate the wall. And once again, Asteroid is in danger once again. Faba's over ahead, and that will be him being knocked out. Waiting for the elimination, and that will be Solo Faris trying to go in for a kill steal. But of course, the rest of SCS is nowhere to be seen. SCS looking to bail out from that sort of fight, and once again we see the trend of the circle going inside of the clock tower as well as being a Sakti strip, as Mats has to make a long run back into where they came from. Safe zone is gonna close in really quickly. There is a vehicle that they can use, so they should hop onto it right now. So it's gonna be vroom vroom into the circle. Meanwhile, from the side of Kirun Yun, they are getting tapped out by the rest of IHX. That's a beautiful headshot over onto the Hokage on that Scar, but Lady Linz looking to dance this one off and will be taken down. 2 members down from the side of team number 12. It's going to be 8 IADs left alive, but he should be able to save 1 member in. 1 explosion will be enough to actually do something right here. But here comes Lady Linz, they picked up, and once again, they are just losing members left and right. Here comes Lady Lin on the ground for the second coming. And IAD looking for a little bit more coverage over on the lower grounds. IFHX has to deal with this member. Oh no! I'm not too sure what's going on. He's not going in for the shot, but Twinkies is slowly bleeding out. As is just in the middle of it all, and he's going in 1 versus all. Hat-trick, just being the man of the match so far. Here comes the reload, and he's looking for the polar bear. Can let me run down a little bit over on the back. He cannot hold on for longer. Managed to buy enough time for the side of IAD. But Hat-trick with such a ballsy move. It's such a huge risk that he's taking. But IHX managed to get brought down low from the side of OMR, as OMR looking to join in the party. Goes in for the threat, and that MP43 was perfect. Phenomenal stuff. Here comes Chilling as well, getting brought down from the side of Chucky. Lemon as well as Dinner. Oh my goodness. The bros are just coming through, right up in the air, making a little bit more noise. Showing off a little bit after finishing off some of these team members. Crazy, crazy stuff coming in into the middle of the fight, but of course, Team OXC is gonna be really happy about this. Still 8 more teams left on the table, as there's only 2 teams inside the circle right now. Team X, Kojak, alongside with the rest, is in the side strips of the Bimasakti area. Meanwhile, the Zarf hugging by the ditch. Not too sure what can come out of this sort of a movement here, but they may just be able to spot out SCS. Here comes the crate, and they are looking to actually challenge it. They've spotted a couple of movements there. Oh no. Looks like Bilin will be actually going in for the loot. Let's see what he has in store on his side. Couple of taps over on the side of Icham. 1 member down from the side of SCS. Make that 2 members. Beautiful sprays once again. OMR possibly punishing all these members of SCS for being greedy, taking in the airdrop. Drop down to its low health once again. Kind of straight through that ice barricade, and that will be him just outside the zone. But Zarf may be able to go in with a pad kill, but instead we'll give him a little bit more respect with the MP40 at least. Let's see what's inside of the box. As you can see, that it has already been looted way earlier on, but of course the Zarf is using the air drop as a little bit of coverage. And once again, a little bit more rotation. Here comes PXG members just running through members, but Apex will be able to finish off 1 from the side of Bros as well as 1 bar. Just trying to drive through Adele. Rolling in the deep, but he's just gonna evade all of these fire coming in from the side of OMR. Here comes Mr. Toyo, just making sure that he has a little bit of room to cover. And here comes Lemon as well, trying to spray through Adele, but they are too fast, too furious, only having a couple of walls to work with. Here comes Mipe over on the side of the roof. Oh no, he's getting clipped right now. OMR, PXG, Bros, they are all in this 3-way fight, and they are not too far away from the circle. The circle's gonna push them out for a little bit. But of course, Radilan and the rest are trying to come in with another fight as well. OMR inside of the hut. Oh my goodness! What is this fiesta? As you can see, the Zarf just rotating left, right, center, and he spots Solo, and now going in for the reload. Oh my goodness! Lolo Virus will be able to take him down, and OC wins this battle. Team OC loses 1 member out, but this circle is continuing to punish Team OC. They gotta make a run, and they gotta run fast. Because that's gonna be Apex up above, and will be able to be taken out from the top side of the hill. Not the best option, but of course Apex should have a little bit of help from the rest of the members. Adele giving him a helping hand, and you can see this Satoyo going in for the drop. Beautiful Christmas box. Of course, everyone wants a little bit of present sometimes. Look at the side of Solo Jahat. It's just trying to play it as safe as he can. Rattling. Just over the top side of the sniper tower. Notice that Team OC is all inside. Team OC is still having all the numbers advantage as he has the P90 in hand, and now Rosa in the hands of Solo Solid. One of the best damaging guns in the game in the AR category. You can see they're all still dancing off. Oh my goodness! Well, taps right through, and here comes Apex. Just trying to go in for a couple of sprays. They only have this small little stone to actually get coverage from. So, this is just going to be these top 4 teams fighting it all out. Team OC just have another trouble to actually fight against the likes of all these members from Team X. Here comes Adele, playing by the side of the electric towers, and now Solo Ja climbing up as well. Finds out one member from the side of Team X. Redilla jumps down and immediately gets punished, but here comes close combat action. Left, right, and center. They're just playing by the sniper tower. What is this? He still has time to heal. Oh my goodness. It's just fights after fights, and this is such a BS. Solo John takes one down, and that's going to be Mr. Toyo getting eliminated over on the top side of the tower. That's going to be him as well. Oh my goodness. So far, it's getting slipped off from the side of PXG punishing everybody from the towers, and now the circle is clipping onto area, and PXG punishing everybody that comes in. Here comes Lemon, trying to invade, and PXG still wins. It's going to be PXG versus some of these members of Team X over the bomb side. Here comes the bomb that Nate will be able to clip him a little bit, and then goes and Mango will have nowhere to run. This will be a booyah for the side of PXG. What is this round? I can't believe it. Look at the bros. They have 12 kills. PXG, oh yeah, once again showing such a phenomenal round with them taking the top spot now. They had 16 kills last round, and now with another 8, they will have a lot of points in total. Infamous Lele, what I called Team X earlier, we can now call them IL, comes in at second place. Did such a crazy stunt there. They were fighting inside of the sniper tower. They were doing so much. Original Crew coming in to 7th with 7 kills as well on 4th place. Star Leader on to 5th. Stupid Army on to 6th. And Thurlo Kami having a lot of balls coming in at 8 kills. Now, of course, over on the lower side, we see Suicide Squad, IFM, the Minions, SVG Hunter, as well as the runners over on the lower half, and TGS not getting any points at all. So, IFM's got to step up for a little bit. IFM did really well onto round number 1, but of course, round 2, they dropped really early. Now, PGX 0808 should have enough points to secure themselves into round 2. It's up to the rest of the teams now. We will go in with another round inside of Bermuda once again, and that will conclude Group D. But of course, before that, we need to give a little bit of time for the marshals to actually calm themselves down with I don't know, whatever Kool-Aid or any drinks that you guys can get. And when we come back in a couple of minutes, we will bring you the final round of Group D, and then we'll see both Group C and D fight it out for the top 3 spot. Till then, we'll see you in a bit.